Hi everyone, welcome to another Wedding Wednesday. Today we're going to be talking about wedding day expenses. So today's question came from a good friend of mine. Her name is Ralph Ann Forrest. She is a makeup artist, a hairstylist, and an esthetician. And she made a post a couple of weeks ago and was like, "Hey Michelle, I think this will be a good Wedding Wednesday topic." And it really is. I love it. And I'm going to read a little bit of her post here and then we'll get right to it. Okay. So Ralphin said, this one goes out to engaged couples and wedding planners. Consider adding hair and makeup to your overall budget. It seems a lot of brides are waiting until the budget is spent, then trying to tack on hair and makeup weeks before the wedding. This is not an added wedding expense. It's a part of the overall expense for your wedding. Party favors are an added expense. Professional hair and makeup complements the photos, video, and your wedding gown. All of the things that you spent thousands of dollars on. If you're on a tight budget, lose the monogram M&Ms and not professional hair and makeup. So I happen to completely agree with Ralph Mann. You need to add in hair and makeup, professional hair and makeup into your wedding day budget. There are just certain things that if you are not a professional photographer or a professional videographer, you won't know to look for when it comes to taking your pictures and things like that. And if you hire a professional makeup artist and hairstylist, especially one who specializes in weddings, they know exactly what professional photographers are looking for, and it'll just allow you to have the best experience with each vendor. Sometimes, especially photographers, this also can kind of spill over into DJs and things like that. If a lot of the a lot of your experience at your actual wedding day with an individual person, sometimes it depends on how good another one of your vendors are. So for in Ralph Mann's instance, if you hire a professional makeup artist and hairstylist, but you did not hire a professional photographer, you're not going to get good pictures. And you may think, oh man, my hair and makeup doesn't look that good. No, your hair and makeup was fine, but you didn't have a professional camera. You didn't have a professional photographer. And the same thing for the photographer. If you hire a professional photographer, but you did not hire a professional to do your makeup and your hair, then you could go back to them and say, my photos, I don't think they look good. And it could be because your makeup was the wrong color or your hair was out of place, things like that. And when professionals work together, we know what the other professional is looking for, and it just makes everything just like mesh together. Just like a DJ, if you hire a professional DJ, but you do not have a professional wedding planner, you could go and say, hey, my DJ, he didn't do that great of a job. We had a lot of like lulls during the reception, and we had an issue with like keeping things on time and things like that. That is not really the DJ's job. Unless that's in his contract, that's not the DJ's job. That is your wedding planner's job. And same thing for the wedding planner. The wedding planner say, hey, if you have, your cousin doing the music and he is not a professional, he doesn't know, what to do when, the bride is maybe getting her dress bustled in the back and we didn't really allot a time for that, or we had to do it sooner or later than the time allotted. You have to know how to fill in those gaps and what to do. And if you've never done it before, or you're used to DJing parties, not necessarily weddings, then it kind of throws things off, and then the wedding planner can get a bad review because of something that the DJ didn't know how to do because he wasn't a professional. Same thing goes for dresses. What I do, if you have a dress that has a bustle on there, and you don't have someone there, I try sometimes, it doesn't work out, but I try to make sure my bride, when they're coming for their final fitting, has someone come with them so they know how to put the bustle on. I can sew it up there, have it ready for it to be bustled for the reception, but if no one knows how to do it, it doesn't make any difference. If you have a corset back gown and no one knows how to lace up your dress, then you can come back to me and say, Michelle, my dress didn't fit. And I'll just say, no, it fit. It was just laced improperly. So a lot of us, a lot of the wedding vendors jobs kind of, for us to function and have, flawless events and things go off without a hitch, we all kind of depend upon each other. And that sometimes doesn't happen because the bride will try to hire someone who just simply isn't a professional. Um, so talk to your wedding planner if you have one. If you start out with a wedding planner, some people just do day of. Try to talk to like your vendors and say, who do you typically work with, or who can you recommend to do, XYZ. A lot of us have people that we just like to work with because we worked with that person before. We know they're good, we know they're professional, and it will make your day go much smoother when all of your vendors are working well together and we're all professional. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm also going to add the link for the budget worksheet, because that's, again, it's just a big part of just knowing your wedding day expense. You need to start out with a budget. It's free to download. It's at mcellisbrides.com. You just hit that button, it'll download instantly, and then you can, write in, fill in everything. It gives you all the percentages. Also, Ralph Finn's website is Beyond Beauty by RalphAnn.com, and I'm gonna leave that in the comments too. So go check her out. Follow her on Instagram. She's on Facebook as well. Ralph Ann's shop is actually in Newport News, Virginia. So like I said, she does hair, makeup, and she's an esthetician. So she will schedule you, like a consultation to come in, do like your hair and makeup trial for your wedding. And if you're not a bride and you just happen to be watching this, she also does skincare, and she, does amazing facials and things like that. So just go check her out, guys. And that is all for today. I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Bye.